you scared of me? What's the matter? You do not like these catter days. Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and that was Puppy, and happy continued CATober, or more accurately for today, Black CATober. In today's video, I wanted to discuss a really important subject, especially for this time of year, and that is things everyone should know about black cats and why they deserve just as much love as a cat of any other color. Before we get started, if you are new to this channel and into learning about all things cat stuff, which normally tends to be about nutrition and the raw food diet, but occasionally important subjects like this one, or if you are into fitness and nutrition for humans or whatever else I feel like posting, then make sure to click that subscribe button below, as well as the little bell icon that is right next to it so you can get notified every time a new video goes up, which is every Catterday. Now, fair warning, for today's video, I actually had to split it up into two separate parts, so there's going to be another one next week just because there was so much information to share. As for today, we are going to kick things off with some facts about black cats that you may or may not have known. And let's just consider the direct strong sunlight in today's video as a part of the cat theme, because we all know that they love laying in the sun. Did you know that there are 22 cat breeds, according to the Cat Fanciers Association, that have solid black coats? And the Bombay cat breed is exclusively black. Did you know that all black fur pigmentation is slightly more prevalent in male cats than female? Now, it's not as prevalent as, say, ginger cats' male to female ratio, which is more of an 80-20 type split, but nevertheless, it is true that an all-black male cat is more likely than a female. It is also true that most black cats have yellow or gold pigmented eyes due to their higher melanin content. That said, you know I'm a stickler for accuracy, and so we are representing it right today. Speaking of a higher melanin content, did you know that organisms or animals that have a higher melanin pigmentation also have stronger protection against things like higher temperatures, chemical stresses, biochemical threats, and even bacterial degrading? This also goes for black cats. Studies have actually shown that black cats contain a genetic resistance to certain diseases. And I can probably make a whole entire separate video about this, but it's really interesting because if you think about it, the whiter cats and dogs and animals in general always tend to be more sensitive, especially with skin issues and allergies, while ones with darker or black fur don't have as many issues. It's really interesting if you think about it. Did you know that in some parts of the world, black cats are actually considered to be good luck, and not just generally, but specifically in your love life? Single women who own a black cat in Japan, for example, are believed to attract more suitors. And in the English Midlands of Great Britain, a black cat is considered to bring good luck and happiness to a new bride, making it the perfect wedding gift in theory. If you are in the UK, then October 27th, which is actually next Catterday, has been designated as Black Cat Day. And the purpose of this is to celebrate all of these gorgeous midnight colored fur babies and also to encourage people to adopt the unwanted black cats. It has in fact been strongly suggested, according to numerous reports, that black cats have a much more difficult time finding forever homes when compared to cats of other colors. And yes, a lot of the reason is because of outdated and almost barbaric superstitions that demonize these poor innocent creatures. And actually, that is exactly what next week's video is going to be all about: the good and bad superstitions and the history behind all of it. Now, in addition to the reports that I just spoke of, there is documented research from the ASPCA saying that black cats are in fact the least likely to be adopted when compared to any other kind of cat. And to add to all of this sad and unfortunate truth, in 2014, the RSPCA reported that 70% of the abandoned cats in its care were black, but that the most likely possible reason was because people considered these black cats to be unphotogenic. Don't even get me started on this subject because that could very easily roll into some philosophical discussion about the world and the direction it's going. So, I digress. Now, in the United States, we also have a day, which is August 17th, and that is called Black Cat Appreciation Day. And if you're still asking yourself, well, why do black cats need an appreciation day? Well, it's to make an effort to combat all of those ongoing negative superstitions behind cats being associated with witchcraft or bad luck or omens, or like the RSPCA suggested, because they aren't as photogenic and seem dull compared to colored cats. I'll be honest, in doing the research for this video and next week's video, I am seriously considering getting Puppy a black cat little sibling. Don't hold me to it anytime soon. If the time comes and everything is right, then it may happen. But come on, you can't help but just feel so bad for these precious little fur babies who have basically been condemned by Western society due to these obsolete beliefs or seemingly superficial people who so easily abandon their cat for aesthetic reasons. Now, on a more positive note, other areas of the world have recognized this unfair bias against black cats. For example, in recent years, Toronto, Canada has had an event on Black Friday where people can go and adopt a black cat without paying the usual $75 adoption fee. This has actually turned into somewhat of a trend, with tons of shelters across the United States offering free adoption of black cats on Black Friday. Which, by the way, if you're not from the US, for us, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, which is in November. That said, Halloween is the holiday that is right around the corner. And sadly, due to the negative stigma that surrounds black cats, most shelters will suspend the adoption of black cats around Halloween, which, maybe needless to say, is just for the cat's safety. That said, it is also advised that if you have a black cat, to keep it indoors around Halloween, and especially on Halloween night, just to keep it safe from the people who may not be more modernly educated or still hold on to a little bit of ignorance when it comes to how innocent and harmless these creatures are. And honestly, it's probably a good idea to keep any and all pets inside on Halloween, just because there is a lot of foot traffic and traffic in general, and you just want to keep their best interest in mind. Now, another interesting fact, at least I found it really interesting, was that after the movie Black Panther came out early this year, it caused a spike in the adoption of black cats. And, unsurprisingly, people were naming the cats after characters from the film. Now, it didn't seem like people were actually going out of their way to go adopt black cats, but the observation was that once people got to the shelter, they opted for the black cats for this reason. The only concern was that this would be just like another fad or trend, and it would result in a surge of abandoned black cats in the future. That is why shelters made sure to interview and question all potential families, as they always should, and most shelters do, to ensure the best that they could that all of these kitties were going to loving, responsible, forever homes. Now, when it comes to the many beliefs and superstitions surrounding black cats, that is influenced by a number of different factors. It could be what country you're from, any cultural influences, how superstitious you are in the first place, how optimistic or pessimistic you tend to be by default. It could even be your own personal experience that you've had with a black cat before and that you hold on to help you define your future experiences. with black cats. That said, it really is an interesting history from different areas of around the world when it comes to black cats, which is exactly why next week's video is going to be dedicated to just that. I will say this much, just to not leave you guys hanging completely, even though next week's video does really bring things in full circle. Black cats are not evil. They're not witches or demons in disguise. This is 2018. We're not in the 17th century anymore. Black cats are not lesser than when compared to any other cat breed or color, or any other living creature for that matter. They definitely don't deserve to be disregarded or harmed in any way simply due to their physical appearance and aesthetics, which is something that they couldn't even help in the first place. Let's just safely say that it would be a good idea to believe what the Japanese believe when it comes to cats, or even like what the Egyptians believe. Spoiler alert, they respected them so much they worshipped them as gods. And yeah, we'll talk more about that in next week's video. Alright guys, I really hope that you found this video interesting or helpful, and that you share it with cat people and non-cat people alike, to be honest, just so everyone becomes more aware of how loving these little babies really are. And if you are a cat parent to a black cat, I love you even more after diving into all the information that I dove into for these couple of videos. I would love it if you shared a picture of your black little kitty fur baby with me on the Cat Lady Fitness Facebook page. Just look for the post sharing this video that will be posted at the same time this video goes up. And I want you to put a picture of your gorgeous black feline fur baby or multiple fur babies in the comments of that post so that I can love it even more. Please click the thumbs up if you liked this video, because that helps me know the kind of content that you like to see. And remember to hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell icon so that you can be notified when part 2 goes up. Do you want to say hello? Look at me. It's me. We're like polar opposites. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!